everyone, and welcome to NAV 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce, well, first off, myself. I'm Ricardo from Latinxorcists, a Latino horror screenwriters group, part of the League of Filmmakers. Our logo is on the board. It's really kind of crazy to see that. And what the Latinxorcists do is we read and write horror and meet once a month to review our scripts for free. And the only rules that we have for this are that the scripts are horror and that the creators or writers are Latino, Latinx, Latina, however you identify in that diaspora. And so that's basically it. If it's horror and you're of this type of person, then we want to read you, for free. And we're sponsored by Blackmagic too, and we'll be making some films hopefully soon as well. But what I'm really here is to talk to director Michael Green of the film Clika.
Hey.
And cinematographer Ski-ter Jones. Is a really great Instagram, by the way. Ski-ter Jones, we on set is great. And also just at Ski-ter Jones, right, is the other one. I've seen so many different, rigging information about how to get handycam, steady cams, mounting on cars, interesting ways to pull off shots. I actually learn a little bit when I look at this stuff as well. So y'all have just finished a film. It's coming out. It's called Clika. When is the movie coming out?
August 15th.
August 15th?
Exclusively.
Wow. Okay, so there's the trailer. When does the trailer go live?
I think they're dropping that mid-May.
Mid-May. Okay, awesome. And so it's distributed by Columbia, so it'll be everywhere and online as well. And okay, so this is where you guys are at right now. Congratulations, it's amazing. But can I kind of start from the beginning a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
And just ask, what was your first film job? And I'm going to start with Michael first. What was your first job that you got in film, and how did you get it?
I mean, commercial casting is kind of like as an element of it. Yeah, I worked in commercial casting for a number of years.
You worked in commercial casting for a number of years? Okay.
Yeah. So that's what got me kind of into the game, and that's where I got like the confidence. I feel like I got my street master's degree in directing people, humans. Yeah.
You were saying, we talked a little bit about this earlier. You were saying that you, it kind of taught you how to have somebody come in, hit a mark, and then keep it moving and get exactly what you needed from them. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Exactly. It's kind of funny because that's actually where we met, as a matter of fact. Yeah, he was like Mr. Commercial at one point. He booked a lot of commercials, as an actor. That's where we met. That's how we met.
You were an actor?
That's how I started.
Yeah. Is there any commercials I would have seen?
Every commercial, through hundreds. Yeah.
You just, like Burger King or tell me what type.
Car commercials, everything.
Oh my God.
I'll probably try to sell you everything.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
Oh, you go online.
Okay.
But yeah, that was like basically, I mean, the commercial industry is more like a function of like advertising versus like Hollywood.
Yeah.
But you really, it's such a high pressure, job. Like you're literally, you got to run through like 100 auditions in a day. And it just forced you to like learn how to communicate with the actor. And he knows, he's been on the other end of that, where he would come in and audition for me,
So does that actually, this is a good transition. So Ski-ter, was that your first film job, was being an actor?
Yes. I think my first commercial was a beer commercial.
A beer, which, can you say? Which, no, is it no, okay, yeah.
Beer commercial.
Okay.
And,
but I can are you cheersing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You couldn't drink it. You
No.
never could drink.
No.
But it was a beer commercial. It was late at night. I was in the tent, all that good stuff. And then I was very fortunate to just continue booking. And that's how we met, because I used to go into auditions and he would run the sessions. And he's that's what makes him a great director now, is because he's so succinct with his, how he gives direction and how he makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
Because that's half the battle right there.
Do you think in both of your jobs that these professions, being an actor but also working in casting, helped you kind of boil everything down to the most essential kind of communication? Does that help you learn to summarize and deal with people on a set, like in that way?
I feel like it helped us when we had to be quick about something, like had to like figure out, okay, we're running out of time. Like, what's the essence of this? And we, I'm gonna get to the point. Sure.
So you made it. You were telling me. You were in casting, and then to make the. What was the? How did you make the jump to being a creative from being in casting?
I started. I started a comedy brand called the Laugh Bureau, and we were putting up in the early days of YouTube. We were putting up comedy sketch videos, you know, and just kind of cutting our teeth on it and learning and making mistakes and having fun. We had a couple that kind of hit, some viral videos, you know, got a couple $100 off YouTube at one point, you know, but yeah, and so that was more my foray into like actually shooting content, you know, and making a lot of mistakes and learning, and then.
The same with me is because we did a show, me and my two partners, Charles Carpenter and my man Corey Tyler. We did a show called Can We Do That? And it was about the commercial behind the scenes.
Okay.
And I played a director, writer, you know. So that was my foray of learning how the business goes and learning how to direct, learning how to write. And because you're doing so many skits, like a lot of our friends, I see my boys over here, you check their stuff out, but you do a lot every week and you just learn. You learn and you learn and you learn. You'll know what's good, what's bad, what's good on camera, and so forth and so on, lighting, all that good stuff, sound, everything.
So you were, and you kind of mentioned this, but like when your kind of start didn't really have like I'm a director role. You didn't have defined roles. It sounds like you guys did multiple roles on each of your productions. Can you talk a little bit about like some of the things you've done on your productions, like the different roles you've done or had to do?
Yeah, you got to do everything.
Yeah, one-man band.
Yeah.
Like that's we both started in that way.
Yeah, I mean,
because you can only rely on yourself, you know, when you're not paying anything.
Yeah.
Well,
you know?
I was very fortunate. I made my brother, Javi Kowe, go with me everywhere. He had to do everything I said. And so he taught me editing. I do a lot of action. And at the time, he was an action guy. So he just taught me that. And then it's just, you know, immersing yourself in the business. Once you immerse yourself in the business and, hey, now I'm a writer, director. I went from acting to writing, directing, and then learning how to light. So when people say you're a cinematographer, I go, well, I'm a writer, director that knows how to light, which makes me a cinematographer.
I mean, all of those things inform each other. Like
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing, like, you know, we've met before, so like I've talked a little bit, but one thing that like actually, one of the reasons why our mutual friend introduced us, shout out to Jaime Rodriguez, was he said that he could tell that you guys do like almost like Swiss Army knife filmmaking, you know, like guerrilla filmmaking, like, and by all means necessary filmmaking. And I've always been somebody who didn't have a boundary for my roles. Like, you know, like I would either shoot, sometimes direct, I would also edit. And I think like maybe this is some of the most successful filmmakers I've ever met have been people that can do just more than one role, you know?
Yeah. But I think at some point you got to get away from that though. You got to start having a crew, because you don't want to one-man band it all the time.
Yeah.
You want to know different. Now I can go anywhere, and same here. We can go anywhere and know everybody's job, but that doesn't mean we want to do everybody's job. Am I correct?
No. 100%. Like the first time I shot a music video and I had an actual DP on it, I was like, whoa, like what is this?
Yeah.
And it was very nice to have that pressure taken off of me. And this dude, you know, these are like Chapman graduates, like they're like scientists. And I was just like, it was amazing to have that. And I was like, I never want to do that shit again myself. You know, I want to rely on somebody for that.
Yeah.
Because this is so much better.
Yeah.
And people out there want to do that.
Yeah,
they want to, you know, you want DPs, people that want to do sound, people that want to do editing.
Yeah.
You just got to find them and, you know, you collaborate.
But now that you've done this, you can talk to those people and speak their language
absolutely.
and help delegate.
Sure.
Right? Like, so, I mean, you would recommend, or would you recommend somebody who's a director also learn a little bit about what the lighting is going on, a little bit of what editing is going on, a little bit?
It doesn't hurt, but I don't think you need, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt, but that's why, you know, my job is to make his job easier when he's directing.
Yeah.
As his cinematographer, I need to take the pressure off of him because he's dealing with so much else.
Yeah.
And vice versa, when I'm directing, he's my producer, he takes the pressure off of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've worked together for a while. So do you have a like a shorthand when you communicate as a DP to the director, sorry, cinematographer, director,
The DP's fine too.
or as a director to the like? What are some of the things that if I didn't know you, like I'd be like, what are they saying to each other? Or like,
No, I can tell you. You'd be like, are they about to fight? Because we're direct. We're very direct, and it gets intense, especially like on Clika. I mean, that was look. We were under the gun. I think our first initial principal photography, we had 17 days to shoot this thing.
Right.
wow,
Yeah, and it was like
17 days.
Yeah, and it was a lot.
17 days to shoot a feature
lot of
film,
locations.
Alfredo.
Too. So there was a lot of locations. It was a lot of wardrobe changes. It was so much things we're trying to keep together, and we're shooting out of order a lot of times, and you know, shit would get intense sometimes. But that's just how we communicate, because we're very like, he's gonna call me and on my bullshit and like and he's gonna be like, really need that? You really need that? And I'm like, do we really need this extra coverage? And he'd be like, yeah, you're gonna thank me in the edit. And yes, I did many times. Yeah, because I was like, come on, man, we got it in the wide. It's okay. It's artistic. And it's like, it was just like so many setups. I'm like, can we move on? He's like, no, you're gonna want this, and then we did. We're very fortunate to have it.
And one of the great things about working with Mike is he's so collaborative. And because we boys, I can't come to him and go, yo. I mean, for 6 months, I mean, we were tied at the hips.
Yeah.
I mean, day in and day out, phone calls, you know, pre-production posts, I mean, everything. And especially, he's writing it also. So we're writing it every day because stuff changed. Yeah. And we got a great story about why stuff changed.
Oh yeah, and that's really interesting. You know how like when you do script changes, like and you go to like goldenrod and blue. Yeah. Well, we ran through all the colors twice. That's how much we were rewriting scenes.
Yep. And you were saying, so most of the movie is the Sony Venice.
Yes.
And then you shot 3 shots or 3 parts. You said you didn't say which one, but it's okay. We'll figure it. But 3 parts of it are shot with the Blackmagic Pocket, and they cut perfectly. And we'll have to see the movie to kind of figure out where those are at.
Exactly.
And I don't think you're going to be able to figure it out.
I don't think we will.
And even one of them, we had a composite inside it too.
Yeah.
So we even did some compositing inside the frame.
So you really pushed it because you used it for a VFX.
Exactly. And it was at nighttime.
And it was at nighttime. We're giving too much away, buddy. Too much away.
Okay, that's true. We can't.
Well,
but yeah, the Blackmagic at night, composite, 6K, it was great.
I mean, I'm only running around yelling about this camera because like when I first started using the camera, I was like, actually really surprised because a lot has changed with that tech recently. Sure. And it's gotten, I'm just sorry. I know I'm plugging for our sponsor, but I really wanted to say thank you for coming here to talk about Clika, the movie coming out from Columbia Pictures in August 15th. August 15th.
In theaters exclusively.
In theaters. One of the first movies from Rancho Humilde.
Hey, and shout out to Jimmy Humilde. He gave us that shot.
Yeah, he gave us opportunity.
And entrusted us to tell this story.
Yeah. And one thing that's really apparent to me just overall is just like, as you collaborate so well together, it seems like you really complement and can work and share like the load of a film, like all the things you have to do. It's really cool to like learn from you guys and see how you guys interact. And that's really good at solving whatever gets thrown at them or adjusting to that. You can handle anything, really. Really.
100%.
It's like, I just want to thank everybody for coming to the live stream as well. I don't know if we're a little wrapping up. I'm Ricardo at the Latinxorcists. If you look at us on Instagram at latinxorcist.com, you can follow Ski-ter Jones at Ski-ter Jones. Yeah. At Ski-ter Jones and at We On Set on Instagram. Michael, do you want to shout out anything?
Everyone Can Eat.
At Everyone Can Eat.
That's the production company.
That's the production company. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And I had doggy pictures up there too. So on my Instagram, I'm not too IG savvy, but you'll see some.
I also want to say thank you to our sponsors of Latinxorcists, Hollyland, Blackmagic, and Ceremonic USA, and of course the other co-founders who were so polite to let me be the only one up here, even though I couldn't do anything without them. Jose Chavez, Alfredo Hernandez, and thank you everybody. I know maybe we're even live. Woo! Thank you. Sorry,
appreciate y'all.